today we'll be looking at the finance simulation of capital budgeting for the year of 2014. And it looks like in 2009 I started off with a revenue of 245.75, an operating income of 22.6, and a net income of 13.5. And then currently I ended with a revenue of 311.62, an operating income of 36.43, and a net income of 21.86, which means that I increased my values over time. And then I ended up ending with a company APV of 403.1. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Over here, it shows that in my children's accessory line, the children's accessories line performed well or slightly higher than budget, and the coupon promotion / frequent shopper campaign said that the campaign was effective but fell somewhat short of the retail division's revenue targets. Now, if we go over here to the project updates, there we go. You can see over here in this chart that I'm receiving most of my income from licensing, and then followed by retail, and then over here on this pie chart for my revenue, I'm receiving most of my money from retail. For my operating income, I'm receiving most of my money from licensing, and for the total assets by division, I'm receiving most of my income from production. And if we go back to project updates, it shows down here in 2009 that it chose 3 things, and then in 2010 I chose 1, 2011 I chose 2, and then I ended up choosing 2 in 2013 as well. If we go over to project updates, and I press this drop down menu, it shows all the available projects that I had to choose from, and then the projects that I did choose. So if we go ahead and take a look at the toddler doll accessory line, I didn't have a great project discount rate. I wasn't sure of how to change it while I was choosing the projects. Over here it shows that the risk was very low in 2009. I didn't have a great NPV, and I also didn't have a great payback period. That means that it would take 8.7 years to pay itself back, so it would take me a while to get started and start receiving an income. If we go down here to the cash flow statement and then take a look at the net income, it is steadily increasing over time, is going to continue to increase over the years, which is good as long as it's increasing and not staying at one number or decreasing, then the project's doing well. And then it shows my depreciation is increasing as well, and as long as that's a positive number, that means that I'm also doing well with that. If we take a look at the ending cash balance, that is increasing as well. There's nothing negative. Looks like it's increasing by 0.4 or more each year, which is really great, which means that after I get past my payback period, I'll continue to be making money on this project. Now, if we go back and take a look at maybe a different project. So this one I didn't do well on at all. It was a medium risk in 2009. I did have a very low payback period, which is great, but not necessarily if I'm not going to be making any money. My IRR is high, and my discount project rate is also high. If we come down here and take a look at the cash flow statement at the net income, and it shows in 2015 that I'm making 2.32, and in the next years to follow, I'm making nothing, which basically means that I'm lost all my money and I'm not making any money on the project. Same goes for the cash flows or the depreciation. It's zeros all around, which means that I'm not making great money on that. Same with the ending cash balance. 0.4 is a positive number in 2015, but all the rest of the years I've lost all my money completely, which means that this was not a great choice for my company. This one was at very high risk. The project discount rate was really high, which is not that great, and the payback period was also high at a 9.21 years. If we go down here and take a look at the cash flow statement, it is increasing, which means that I'll be making money off that. It's not stagnant, it's growing each year, as well as the depreciation, nothing's negative, which means all in all, this wasn't a terrible project to choose, even though the risk was high. And the ending cash balance, it doesn't start out growing too fast, but I ended up starting to make a lot. It started growing quite a bit towards 2021, which is very great. So, that's really it. If we look at what I actually did, it's not showing great numbers here, not too terribly high numbers, a lot of zeros. But all in all, with the projects that I did choose, an APV value of 403.01 isn't terrible, and I could have done a lot worse than that. So, thank you.